never thought I was somebody who was worth pursuing, just to be honest. If the chunky girl, the fat girl says anything, they're just going to say that I'm making excuses for myself. They're not actually going to see the person. They're just going to see excuses. This thirst isn't about actually fitting into that dress from that designer store that you've always wanted. It's not about that size 2, 0, 6, 10, whatever gown or jeans you want to fit in. That is never actually the root of it. Blaming past traumas, I spent blaming myself, and I never truly laid anything at the foot of Christ. I think I would hand it to him, but we'd be tugging it back and forth just kidding. I will keep it because I don't think that I'm worthy to actually give this up. I was being very hard-headed. If I get an epidural, then I'm weak. Tearing myself down or allowing people to walk all over me and thinking that was okay because I probably am not doing something right or I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
I gotta say, Fran, I was watching a show last night and the woman was talking about being a mother and how it's this beautiful chaos. And I hear your
Yes.
beautiful chaos in the background and I just want to claim it. I want to lean into your beautiful chaos. I don't want to run from it. I want to say, yeah, those are babies. If anybody hears any babies during this interview at all, it's because you've made people and you made a few of them.
Yeah, 2 at one time, it's just the double whammy. God was like, why give her 1 when I could just make it chaos and give her 2? So
Here's what I love about you, Fran. Okay, I've known you, I don't even know how long, but we have a mutual friend, Marilis, who is a friend of the show. And you are just as chill today. I had one baby and then I didn't have another baby till 400 years later.
400.
And I lose my mind constantly. You're like, I just made multiple people and I'm just super chill all the time. That is you, friend.
It's really funny. I constantly tell people, the reason that God gave me 2 is because he knew 1 wouldn't slow me down. And they have incredibly slowed me down. And it's just a whole new frame of life. But I can't imagine not having one without the other. So it's a great blessing.
I love it. And I love that they're in the background. And Fran was like, no, we don't want to hear the babies. And I'm like, bring them out. This is what real life is.
Yeah,
you know
right?
what? It's like that wonderful, wonderful piece of media where the guy is doing the interview on CNN and then the baby comes in and then the mom crawls across the floor to grab the baby. Did you ever see that during
yes. I mean, that's my life at work. That's why I'm so thankful I work from home and babies always pop up in our Zoom calls and it's just oh good, the gang's all here.
I love it. I say own it, I mean, and they're not gonna, even though right now, and to every new mom on the planet, your baby feels like it's gonna be a baby forever.
Yes.
You're like, this person will never not wet its pants. This is
I'm gonna constant.
It's just this forever. They will be 45 years old in Depends. This is just the way that it goes.
It feels like it. I mean, we just go through tons and tons of diapers, no tomorrow.
Oh, but it won't be forever, believe it or not. And I know everybody tells you that. They're like, oh, savor every moment. And I'm sure you've gotten lots of advice from lots of people. Because that's people's favorite thing to do is find out that you're pregnant or you have made people or that you've made 2 people at once. And then they're like, oh, interesting. I wrote an encyclopedia on advice. And you're like, I didn't ask.
Literally. And it's really funny because I'm somebody who I love other people's thoughts, opinions on things at the right time. I think it's always at the worst time when I'm about to have a mental breakdown, when the advice starts to roll in that makes absolutely no sense at all, especially with sleeping. They just have a hard time at night. I was like, yeah, I would have a hard time too if my brother was screaming in my ear in the middle of the night. And I think I also would wake up crying 3 times a night. And so
people are like, but let me solve that for you. You're like, interesting.
Yeah, they're like, have you tried moving them? Or something crazy. I'm like, 2-bedroom condo in the city. Yeah, let me put them on the roof real quick. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. No, I think that's the big secret to, I mean, you're young, how old are you? Are
Yeah,
you open to
yeah.
sharing your age?
25.
You're
Yeah, 25.
25. And were you 25 when you had the twins?
I was actually wait, yes, 24. So yeah, like how
You're
old was I?
you're like, it feels like it was 12 years ago.
It does. I know. Math just is hard nowadays.
Your brain is being used for other things, my friend.
For sure.
For other things. Fran, what's so great is that you live in Chicago.
Yeah.
You are really newly married. I mean, when you
Mhm.
think about it, you've been married 10 minutes, and in minute 11, you made babies. And
And there you
there they
go.
are. Look
He's
at that. It's
upset.
just like the video. It's just like the CNN guy.
I'm so
But
sorry.
no, 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 no. Never apologize for your life. Never apologize for those beautiful babies that you made. This is the living room. What do you
Literally,
have
we're
in the
in the
living
living room.
room? Yeah, you have
I love it.
humans. What do you think
Yeah,
is happening in real life? This is real life. And if people can't handle it, we're
I
not for
know.
them.
You know what? Agreed. Okay, I'll calm down now. I'm like,
Yeah, don't worry about it. You're perfect. So here you go. You live in Chicago.
yeah.
You're newly married-ish. How long have you been married?
It'll be 2 years this June.
So not even. So you are
Yeah.
newlyweds because you're newlyweds for 2 years. Did you know that?
You know, we had this discussion. I
Did
was
we?
like, did Christian and I, because I was like, oh, we're newlyweds like a month ago. And he's like, no, we're not. And I'm like, he's like, we have 2 kids. And I'm like, so isn't this phase like for 5 years? But it's good to know that there's a 2-year mark. So I'm going to use it to my advantage.
I don't know if that's still true. There used to be like the 7-year itch, and now there's the 5-year itch.
Oh,
Did you know that?
no.
Yeah. Well, my degree was in human development. So
So you know these things.
listen, I'm an expert.
I love it.
No, but you're newlywed, you live in Chicago, and you get pregnant
Mhm.
very early in your marriage, and surprise, it's twins.
Double.
Double, and you're 5 years old. No, not really, but you're
Yeah, it
24.
feels like it.
You're like, I'm still growing my frontal lobe.
Still, it wasn't there yet.
And you have 2 little boys. What are their names?
Yeah, so Joseph and Benedict.
Oh,
They're the
and
sweetest.
how cute is that? And they are so precious.
Yeah,
and
tomorrow will be 10
super.
months. It's like unreal.
That's my favorite. My favorite newborn age is 10 months. Isn't that weird?
Oh, it's hard because they both are at the phase right now where they see each other and like, let me just take a bite. And I'm like, for
Your
what?
brother is not an apple.
Yeah, like that's where I'm getting confused.
They don't know. They're putting everything in their mouth, including other
Everything.
people's feet.
Yes.
So I gotta say, I mean, there's so many things to talk about because here's the great thing about you, Fran. When you floated into my life, you were a lot younger, okay, which is shocking because you're beautiful young now, but you were younger and you were in a bad place.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? You were in a bad place.
I don't think I had anything figured out, and I was trying to force like a puzzle piece into every wrong spot in my life.
Yes, I
Yeah,
love
for
that.
sure.
You were trying to put a puzzle piece in every wrong spot, and we connected because I'm 908 years old. I'm like an old tortoise.
You're really not.
Math is hard. Math is hard.
Yeah, it is.
And I was trying to be this wise friend to you and like, give you encouragement and all that stuff. But kind of bring me back, if you don't mind, bring me back to that time, to that really dark, horrible time in your life. What was going on, friend? Because everything, I mean, you were like, no relationship, no job, you hurt your, well, look, I'm telling you what am I doing?
Good.
No, you go.
I went through a couple years of just really craziness. I think I was always trying to figure out who I was through other people and what they were doing. And so
wait a second. Let's pause right there for 2 seconds. Would you say that again? I think that is really profound.
Yeah.
You were trying to find yourself through other people?
Yeah, I was trying to find myself through other people. Like I would see other people's careers and what they were doing. And I thought like I had to do that, or I had to be there to do things correctly, or I had to look a certain way or fit in certain mold or have certain friends. And it was really a time. And at that moment, obviously I didn't think this. I thought like, this is how you make it. This is how you figure life out, is by looking into other people's lives. And there's a difference between being mentored by somebody who truly loves and cares about you to people that will use you or take advantage of you and your skills. And this
We're
was
getting in it. We're getting in it. And there are a couple of people that use my friend Fran.
Oh my gosh, right? No. And I mean,
and we will not name names. Don't worry. This is not the Jerry Springer show. So don't worry about that. It's a safe space.
And I mean, there's so many like different angles, right? Like I was in college, and I think every college kid kind of goes through this, especially because I was a COVID college kid. Like I only had a year and a half of normal college experience, and then the rest was like just chaos online and, going home, moving so many times. So like, yeah, I mean, at one point I fell down 18 stairs face first. Somehow
That's when we connected. And what did you tear? Like you tore...
no, that's another issue.
Oh, you did keep falling.
So I kept falling. The joke currently is I fall for Jesus, literally. When I don't listen to him, it feels like things happen.
He pushes you? He's a very violent guy. I don't think that's the Jesus we're selling.
He tries to like show me lovingly. And then finally he's like, enough. The only way I can get through to her is if she physically can't move. No, I'm just kidding.
I hear you. I get the joke. I get the joke. Yep.
So yeah, I like had, like this injury during college, and I like had to move home for a bit because I fell and like broke my wrist, and it was like a whole thing. And then I was, single, trying to force it. I tried like all the dating apps. I was wondering like, why not me? I went through like a crisis in college because I felt like, I was really struggling at the time with like my weight and just figuring out my own identity. And I was just like, well, if I looked this way, maybe guys would ask me out. Or if there was a guy interested, I was like, well, do my boundaries really matter? And it was like, I had God protecting me the whole time, thankfully. And then I had all these great plans. I thought like I really wanted to force like to be some sort of missionary. So I applied and I got into like a program. And then literally the day like or two after I got in, I fell on ice and I tore my ACL, MCL, and meniscus. And that is like where I thought my life was over when it really was just beginning. And that's where I was just going to bring this up today too, Liv. Like, I will never forget people that were there for me. Like, I remember you sent crumble cookies to my parents' house after my surgery. And I was like, this is the best day of my life after I just had a total knee repair.
Listen, here's the point of having a funny, curvy, fat friend. I'm gonna send you some crumble cookies. People, listen, if you need something, send me your address. Ask my friends. I love to mail baked goods. It's like the best love language.
Hey, gift giving is mine too. And in that moment, I needed those crumble cookies.
Sometimes you just need to just forget and know that there are no calories on surgery day. That is just...
And one thing that's so memorable is you sent those cookies, and then Christian, my now husband, he sent flowers. That's like right after they came. And at the time we had only gone on our first date. And I remember my mom's like, who's Liv and who's Christian and who are these people sending things to our house? And it was just a lot. A time. It was awesome.
That's so funny. Yes. I didn't realize that you and Christian had met before you fell and broke everything you could possibly break.
So it was like a few weeks before it happened. We had met through, of course, our mutual friend on Instagram. Yes. And he had messaged me. We were just kind of talking. That's like a whole silly story. But essentially, I was
he slid in your DMs.
He slid in the DMs, which I never thought would happen to me, to be honest. And it was one of those things where I like was just going through so much because I tore my knee that like, because we went on the date when my knee was already torn. I said, like, listen, if this is just some sort of like texting thing for you, either like get on a train to Kenosha and let's go on a date, or like this probably isn't gonna I was just very obvious about it. And yeah, literally 2 days before my surgery, we went on our first date on the feast day of Saint Joseph.
Oh, now did you know that he was going to be the one after that first date, or you were just so focused on staying alive?
So honestly, I was like in La La Land world, so I was like, "I really like this guy, I think he's amazing," but I never thought I was somebody who was worth pursuing, just to be honest, like, that is where I was in my
Let's
life.
let's go there. Why?
Yeah,
What was it?
yeah.
What made you think that you weren't worth pursuing? Because I
I
find
just
that fascinating.
yeah, I just had a very horrible, like, way of perceiving myself. I really struggled with because I was struggling with my weight, like, I thought that I wasn't worthy because I didn't look a certain lens that, like, the online world has portrayed, like, that you're worthy of being pursued or, like, what you have to be, and then I just for years, I just had let comparison come in,
Yeah.
and it it didn't happen overnight, and I've only reconciled this, like, the past year or 2 where this took years of, self-deprecating humor with everybody, um,
What?
like yeah, right? Just, like, tearing myself down
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
allowing people to walk all over me and thinking, like, that was okay because I probably am not doing something right or I'm not where I'm supposed to be. So, yeah, that played a
Huge
huge
part.
role.
And this, you and I
Yeah,
have a lot in common because,
yeah.
I mean, if anybody's followed my story at all, I mean, I think you're breathtaking. Like, I wanna wake up and
Thank
look
you.
like you every day, but that's another story.
You're funny.
But but, I used to weigh over 500 pounds,
Yeah.
around 525, and so I've lost over 300 pounds, but I'm actually struggling with my weight right now. I'm
Yeah.
struggling with it. I got down to a really great I feel like I did what everybody does, where you get down to this certain thing, and I'm like, "Hello, Sports Illustrated. I'm one of your models now." And they're like,
I'm
"We're good."
ready.
Yeah, they're like, "We didn't ask." Um, and then life happens
Yeah.
and you go back, you kind of fluctuate.
Mhm.
Those of us who have issues with weight,
Yeah.
don't you think that it is forever? It's like
Oh,
for
yeah.
me, it's every day.
Oh,
It's
yeah, it's
every day in the
every
front of my mind.
single day, it's everything you think about, it's you walk past doors because like, it's not even worth walking in because you're gonna feel uncomfortable within, like, the next few minutes of, like, "Oh, yeah, like, nothing's gonna fit anyways." It's in every move, or if you get asked to be a bridesmaid, the first thing you think is,
Oh,
"Oh my gosh, what am I gonna look like in a dress? Are they
yep.
gonna ask me to wear satin? I will have a heart attack." Um, it's
One wanted
literally
me to wear
always on your
coral.
mind.
I was like, I will look like an aquarium." I was like, I can't be in a bright orange. What are you talking about? People will be like, I'm sorry, is
That's
that the
crazy.
set design? What is happening right now?
Oh my
So,
gosh.
I mean, I hear you, friend.
Yeah.
There's a lot that people don't think about when you are a curvy gal. And
Yeah.
especially, those of us who are public, you're public, you're an up and coming public figure. Same. I'm 900, but you know, you're young and spry.
Stop. You
And
are not.
but you have a lot of and I'm just gonna be honest, both of us, but I want to focus on you. You have a lot of beautiful friends who
Yeah.
make a living being beautiful. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like literally, and telling people how to live beautiful and what beautiful looks like. And it's hard when you're online and you see these women, especially ones that you know in real life,
Yeah.
and they don't look like you,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And then you go back and you're like, "Well, what does that mean? Does that mean that
Yeah.
I'm not beautiful? Does that mean that my life is not?" I mean, how does that make you feel when you see, especially even people that you know and love, and they're not doing it on purpose.
Oh, for sure.
They get to walk
Yeah.
every day looking like a giraffe. Good for them. And so they get to they get to do that.
Absolutely.
I don't want them not to. I want them to continue.
Yeah.
But it's not their fault. But how do
Oh,
you
100%.
internalize that as a young woman on the internet in your mid-20s
Yeah.
looking at friends who are beautiful that their life is about how you look?
I mean, I'll be so honest, to this day, it's hard. I think it's gotten a lot easier over the past, like, 3 or 4 years, since breaking down everything. Like, it's hard when you're scrolling, doom scrolling, and it's one thing after another of, like, "Here, like, use this coupon code for this. Oh, sorry,
Mm,
the dresses only go up to a size large, and, oh, if you're not that size, here's how you should feel." And that's like what you build inside of your brain,
yeah.
like just seeing all this stuff over and over again. I think there was a time in my life, and I think this is very normal, especially when I was a little younger, like where I took it very personally, but I felt like I could never say anything about it because I thought, okay, if the chunky girl, the fat girl says anything, they're just gonna say that I'm, making excuses for myself. They're not actually gonna see the person. They're just gonna see excuses. They're not gonna see like my heart. They're just gonna
Right.
see, like, I don't know. I don't know if you understand that, but it it feels like there's never something that you could say that's enough, and I feel like in the past year or so, like, I was like, "Enough of that, like, I'm just gonna live my life," and if people have a problem with it or if, they think that I'm extremely unhealthy for XYZ reason, like, they don't know me, they don't see my charts, they don't know, like, what has gone on in my life, and it's something that I've genuinely struggled, like, to fight through, but I get DMs sometimes from people, I have no idea who they are, and I try to answer every single one, being like, "Wow, like, I feel so seen by your post because you look like me, and you're
Mm,
not saying, like, I have to look XYZ or change." And of course, I always want to choose health. I always like,
sure.
I've been working
We're
on this
pro
for
health.
years. Pro
Yes.
health. I don't want people to be like, "This is me saying, like, it's fine." But I do know that there are so many wounds and struggles that comes with this, like, cross to carry,
For sure.
and it's something where even, like, my family has been so supportive, but they are and they love me so much, and it's like, they can't do anything about it, like, I have to be the one who surrenders this and works on it, and, yeah, so it's really hard when you see people online or
Yeah.
especially people online talk about things because they know what I'm going through or they should at least imagine that someone's going through something, and I think some things just don't need to be said that have been said.
I think this is a really important subject because here's the thing. Every woman, I don't care, even if she is a giraffe, looks at herself and sees something that she would change or that isn't worthy or that isn't okay
Yeah.
and really struggles with it. I think women deal with it a lot more than men because of the way that we are genetically made up. We have babies.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the question and ask, as a plus size gal being pregnant with two,
Yeah.
how did that deal with you mentally? How did you handle that?
Oh, it was really difficult because okay, first of all, best blessing ever having twins, but
Of
immediately
course.
everything changed, like, in your perspective of, like, what it's like to have a baby in general because now everything's multiplied. So, you see the mom with the cutesy bassinet and the little this and that, and, like, when you're a twin mom, it's just survival and, like, what's the most practical thing ever. So there's that side to it, but then there's, like, the physicality side where genuinely, when we started trying to have our babies, just to be very transparent, I thought it was going to be just a bigger struggle because my mom had struggled with infertility for so long, and I knew that I wasn't at the weight that I wanted to be at, but we were very open to life because we got married, and I was like, "We could handle it." So when we found out it was twins and, you have every single doctor telling you that, like, your risks and I already have some anxiety, so I was like, "Great." So now not only do I have risk because it would have been 1, but I have all of these other ones amplified. And then it was the clothing piece of like, "Well, what can I
Oh,
wear so I don't just look like a frump all
wow.
day?" And there's so many stores online that just work carrying things that I was like, "Yes, like, I will feel beautiful and confident in these things." So that was something that was really hard for me for quite a while. But I think I just got to a place where thankfully, I have to give so much kudos to my husband because I could look and feel like a sack of potatoes, and I would still be the most beautiful woman to him, and that's all that mattered, and when I would get into those headspaces, a lot of the times it was because I was, like, isolated by myself
Yeah.
and, like, listening to the world and the noise again, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
The enemy could work on you when you were alone.
Yeah.
And so it's so interesting how marriage, right? We have this vocation, this beautiful covenant in the Catholic Church with your partner. And it's not just a contract, right?
Yeah.
We believe it's a sacrament. And it's a way, especially in those moments, Fran, I don't know if you felt this, but that's the way that God could take care of you is through
Yeah.
Christian, through your husband.
Mhm.
That's the way that he could be there for you. So, how have you come to terms with your faith and your weight? Like, how have you come to
Yeah.
this place of, do you know what I mean? Like in your
No, for
relationship with
sure.
Christ?
No, 100%. I think it's just had to be completely reformatted because there was a lot of the times that I spent blaming, um, past traumas, I spent blaming myself, and I never truly laid anything at the foot of Christ. I think I would, like, hand it to him, but we'd be tugging it back and forth like, "Here, you can have all of these things that I've struggled with." Just kidding. I will keep it because I don't think that I'm worthy to actually give this up.
Yeah.
Um, And I just think because, like, God willing, we want to keep growing our family, like, I just have come to terms with realizing that, like, this is a cross that I have to carry, and it is not going to change overnight, and nothing great ever changes overnight. But also, the goal is health and not just being like, oh, I now fit into aloe, everybody. Like, have I succeeded now? Because I think if I keep that mentality, or if any woman keeps that mentality of, if I do something like X, then I will be happy, that is just such a detrimental way to live in general. Like, not even just with your weight, with like with other things in your life. Like, oh, once I can have this car, I've made it. Like, it's the same thing with our own bodies. Like, I've accepted that, like, wow, like, God loved my children enough to give them to me because he knew, like, I needed to be their mother. Like, that's at the forefront of my mind instead of, oh, wow, I don't fit in this anymore. Uh,
Right.
I like, they're the greatest blessing, and I would do it tenfold, and I would keep struggling with this, over and over again because
Yeah.
like, they're worth it, and my husband's worth it, and most importantly, like, I'm worth that.
Yes. Yeah, I relate so much to everything that you're saying because I do like I said, weight is huge for me. I feel like Oprah was the one that kind of opened the floodgates on this whole conversation of
Right,
being a woman who wasn't a size 0 and saying, "Okay, let's talk about that." And here's the thing, and I want to say this one more time. If you are a size 0, that's fantastic. Like there's
oh, yeah,
absolutely nothing wrong with that. And there's
no,
nothing that you're doing that's wrong. But it is difficult as I think that anytime that you're outside the norm, of what, like if a guy is 3 feet tall, that's got to be hard.
right,
Like men aren't usually 3 feet tall. Neither are
yeah,
women. You know what I mean? That's difficult. So anything outside the norm is hard, and weight is hard because I think what's interesting about weight is like where height, you can't control it. Everybody assumes, well, you can control your weight.
right,
This is because you are XYZ. Here comes the advice. Like I
yep,
used to get advice all the time, like, you know what
oh,
you
yeah.
should do? You should stop eating. And I'm like, that's good. I know. I
Thanks
know.
you,
That's
thanks.
great. I'll write that down and I'll remember that the 3 times that we all stop our day and eat every time. That'll be a
Yes,
great note. You know, um, I know you can relate. Do you
oh, yeah,
have I would love to spin this to a positive thing. What are some positive
yeah,
things as a curvy Catholic that I'm gonna make this into a thing. We're gonna start a
ooh,
club of the curvy Catholics.
I love it.
I know, and say, you know what? Here's some tips, here's some brands, here's some stores, here's
Oh,
some
yeah,
places that are welcoming and inclusive and that I thrive in. Is there anywhere that you have just fallen in love with that you're like, ladies,
absolutely, yes.
gentlemen, this is where
I
you can
literally
go?
had a conversation yesterday with somebody on Instagram about this. It was great. She was just like, I'm stuck. And I'm like, listen, if anybody has scoured the internet, it's me. The brands that like I wear all the time, I feel like, because I've been trying to work on my style too as well. So very capsule but like Baltic Born has been great. One Loved Babe. I got all of my like clothes for twin pregnancy there, like my cute dresses. Um, I also love Jessica K, and, like, these brands are a little more, like, mid to higher tier, I guess, but also Target's been working so much on, like, their brand for plus size clothing, and there's room for us. Like, I don't want anybody to think that if something doesn't fit in a store that, like, you're the problem. Like, I just wanna, like,
Mhm.
make that abundantly clear because, I don't know, I could be, let's say, like, a 1X in this store, but in another store, it's like a 2, 3X, and, like, I'll have a mental breakdown. I don't know if
Sure.
you've ever gone through that,
Oh,
but it's like, "What's
yeah.
wrong with me?" But yeah, like, clothes are meant to fit you, not the other way around, and I know everybody's kind of heard that phrase. Um,
Actually, I've never heard that phrase.
Liv has never heard it. Yes.
There's a great nugget. Clothes are meant to fit you, not the other way around. I never
Yeah.
thought about that, actually. That's fantastic.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've gotta stop looking at the tags. I mean, especially because here's the thing, I was always obese, like, from the
Oh,
beginning
yeah.
of my life.
Yeah.
It's not like I wasn't like that cute little athlete, and then had a bunch of kids and then plumped up, like I not that kind of story. Like I don't have those cute, adorable pictures of me like in short shorts and, a crop top.
Right.
Last time I did that, I was 3 years old. You know what I mean? So that was like The one
Rocking
and only
the
time I could
tankini.
I thank my parents every day for putting me in a bikini when I was 3, because at least I've got a photo.
I love
So,
it.
but, that's not my story. I don't have so when I did lose the weight to a point where I was wearing I got down to a size 6 jean, which I
Mm,
think is psychotic. And here's what I wanna say that is so crazy. I still thought I'm too fat.
ugh,
I had so many issues in my brain. And so that's how I know it doesn't matter where you're at as a woman.
right.
You know what I mean? You're constantly saying, I can look better. I
Yeah,
can be better. And what I think we have to understand is that and you started going there, and I kind of want to bring us back,
sure.
is you've got to be grounded in Christ. As much
Mhm.
as that sounds so cliche and
Yes.
so lame and so like, oh, we got it, we understand. No, no, no.
Yeah.
Legit. Like if you're chasing a number instead of chasing God, you're never going to be satisfied.
Never. It's one of those things where I even to this day, it's like, "Oh, like, if I lose this much weight, then we can try for baby number 3." Oh, and maybe 4, because since twins, we find out are genetic. Like, I did that for, like, a brief moment after, like, I gave birth. I was like, "Great, so now that I've had the kids, I can get to this number, and it'll be great." And it's like, no, like, I have to just completely surrender that because what my thirst will never be satisfied. And I know this about myself, and I think a lot of girls in this situation, even on the reverse end of the scale, like we know that this thirst is only quenched with Christ. Like this thirst isn't about like actually fitting into that like dress from that designer store that you've always wanted. It's about that feeling of, am I loved truly by my friends, family around me, and Christ? And like, am I really fulfilled in those spaces and angles? It's not about that size 2, 0, 6, 10, whatever gown or jeans you wanna fit in. That is never actually the root of it, I've learned. It's the other way around. It's that fulfilled, loved feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have anything that has helped you get to that place with Christ? Journaling, a book, a saint? Is there anything that helped bring you back or anchor you
Yeah.
into this space?
No, for sure. Journaling was a big thing for me, especially at the beginning of this journey, like being able to get on paper exactly how I felt, because I feel like I didn't have the words to articulate it. And then my favorite saint, Saint Maria Goretti, and you might be like, why? How does that story fit into here? Forgiveness. Ultimately, her story was forgiving the man who killed her. And a lot of the times I relate that to forgiving of myself, forgiving of others for the things that
Mm,
they've said to me, like truly laying that down and surrender at Christ's feet to be like, I can't carry this weight anymore of what this person said or what I said about myself. Like, you have to take it. And I don't care if I have to surrender it 60 times. That is the only answer that I've discovered that actually works. And I've learned that forgiveness isn't something that just ends. It is a constant thing, and I think we've all experienced this with a friend, a family member, anything where you've been hurt, where there's times you have to revisit that and keep forgiving, and so Saint Regret has really been there and walked with me through that journey.
I love that. I've never thought of her in that way to walk with, like
Yeah.
I have a lot of saint friends, but
Yes.
yeah, exactly. And I haven't thought of her walking with me in that sense, especially forgiveness of self. And
Yeah.
that's huge. When you're dealing with any cross that is, with yourself, weight is just an example. It just happens to be a cross that you and I share. We
Right.
probably share a lot of crosses, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? But like
Yeah, for
that's the one.
sure.
Here's the thing with weight, it's an obvious one you can see. You
Yeah.
can't see a lot of people's crosses, so with the weight, when at some point you have to take ownership and say, yeah, no, I know, like I am aware,
Yeah.
because people act like you don't own a mirror or you don't have clothes that you get into every day. And they're like,
Yeah.
maybe you don't know. So let
Yeah.
me tell you.
Like, we are our biggest critics, and that's
Right.
what, like, I'd like to say to some people, like, I don't know, like, sometimes I've gotten, like, comments on things, not often, but, like, I have her messages, and it's like, "Oh my gosh, can you actually send me a mirror to my house? I was unsure of these things. Thank you. Here's my address."
No, it's true. And it's like, and also the thing about weight is it's not going to fix in one day. I
Right.
mean, I eat a salad and I'm like, I should hop on a scale. I have lost 20 pounds. And everyone's like, it was
I
a salad. And
I
I'm like,
am the same. I will have,
I'm
like,
like, yeah, but I
a
put in
good
chia seeds, y'all. So I'm pretty sure.
I was doing, like, chia seed water once. I've tried every diet known to
I
man,
know.
21 Day Fit. You've probably done it too.
Oh,
I would, like, have
friend.
one really good day, and I'm like, "You cannot see me behind a telephone pole."
I am invisible.
I mean, like, you cannot see me anymore.
It's so
So
true.
I totally get it. But yeah, it's the same
No,
thing with, like, the twin mom life, like, people telling me things I don't know, like,
I
I'll be on
bet.
the corner. I mean, I live in the city, so you get all kinds of characters. Like, I'll be standing on the corner, and if it's not me being asked if I'm a nanny, it's like, "There's 2." And my husband always says, "Actually, there's a 3rd. We just left him at home." Or we'll just start saying, like, uncanny things. It's like, "Oh, tell us something we aren't aware of. Thank you."
There's 2. You're like, people really think we're bad at math.
I know.
That's hilarious. I never thought about people saying obvious things to a twin mom.
Oh,
Like, but that makes
yeah.
sense. So that's another outward situation going on and people want to say something, that there's 2. And that's just crazy. So tell me some of your twin tricks.
Oh, for
Somebody
sure.
just found out they're pregnant with twins or their friend has twins. What is something that you're like, "All right, listen. This is the
Yeah.
advice you want to write down."
No, like, the actual advice,
Yeah.
the step 1, accept a village and accept that you
Oh.
need people. I think there's a lot with new moms that you become very, like, I don't know what the word is, but, like, you're just like, "This is all mine, like, I will figure it out, I'm gonna do this." So you're just like, "I don't want the help, I got this, like, I don't need anybody's thoughts." But actually, this is the time where you call on those, like my mother or, like, she comes over once a week, and she stays 2, 3 nights, and, yeah, is that ideal? Probably not, but what a gift that my mother gets to see them grow up, and we also receive this help. Um, and I have a lot of friends who I literally have in the city. We live on the 2nd floor where I'm like, "Listen, if you want me to come hang out with you, you have to help me bring them down the stairs." Or I'm falling with
Amen.
them down the stairs. Like,
Oh my
there's
gosh.
so I think, yeah, like, growing that village is very important, and I know there's a lot of people that are like, "Well, I don't have a village, like, I don't live around people or I don't have those friends." Well, then this is the time that you really, like, get with your spouse and you're like, "Listen, this we need to have a game plan." Like, accepting that you're not Superwoman because I was unable to get into breastfeeding with my twins, and this
Mm.
honestly wasn't something I was thinking about talking about because I still beat myself up about it, and I've been working on it.
A lot of
I
women
just
do.
wasn't able
Yeah.
to produce the way that some women do, and
Yep.
the twins, one was in the NICU for a little bit, so he got used to a bottle very quickly, and again, online world, if you're not breastfeeding, you're doing something wrong. I was pumping for a long time, and yeah, we did have to move to formula, and I would beat myself up because, again, other people's expectations and thoughts, and also in my head, all of pregnancy, I was like, "I'm a boss, I'm gonna do this." So as soon as I couldn't do it, I was trying to say that I wasn't good at it, I wasn't giving them what they needed, and if there's any ailments down the line, it's my fault. Uh,
Mm.
so that's something that
Friend, that's
especially
a
twin
lot.
moms, yeah, and I think all moms, but especially twin moms, it's like or even triplet, multiple moms. It's okay to surrender, like, when things aren't working out the way that you wanted, or if it's not aesthetic that you thought it would be. Like, it's just hard. It's hard to
It's
have
hard.
too many people at once that need you. But when you're looking at their little faces at 2 a.m. and they've got that little, like, smile, not smile thing going on, it's like, it's worth those sleepless nights.
Yeah. No, and I'm glad you said this for new moms because here's the thing. This mommy war thing, it's been going on since and I'm an ancient mom. My kids are 90
No,
and
stop it.
they
They're
they
younger
might as
than
well
me.
be. I know. I listen. That's why I married a financial advisor because I mean it. Math is hard. Like it really is.
I agree.
And so here my kids are older, but I wasn't able to have vaginal birth. I had C-section. Well, am I even a woman? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have like one purpose, you get these things out of your body and then you're supposed to nurse them. Well, I was over 500 pounds. Now I was able to nurse. I think that was only because God was like really felt bad for me.
Oh
But
my gosh,
but
Liv.
we also supplemented because my son was failure to thrive. And so we supplemented with formula. We did both
Yeah,
and.
yeah,
Um, Here's the bottom line. The thing is that it's your family, it's your kid.
yeah.
You've got to do what is best. And there is no right or wrong. because I had a baby come out of my body through a surgery doesn't make me any less of a woman. Because I had
Oh,
to give
for
my kid
sure.
formula doesn't make me any less of a mom. Like,
Yeah.
there is no perfect way to do this. We're human beings. And I love that you brought this up so women
Yeah.
can hear other women look at you and say, you're not broken.
Yeah.
You're not broken because you couldn't do it the way that you thought your birth plan that you wrote.
Oh my gosh, birth plans. Let me tell you, ChatGPT and I had a party and we wrote like a 7-page birth plan of everybody else's thoughts, mind you. I was like, "Oh, yes, like what's the standard for XYZ?" And so my entire birth plan, first of all, didn't come out of Christian's backpack. And all of it, either way, didn't go to plan. And it was the
No.
best gift ever that it didn't go to plan because
Yeah.
again, I think this all comes down to like me learning through the years of this surrender. Like I
Surrender.
like just to be very like open, like during my birth, like my blood pressure was just spike, spike, spike. And they like a doctor came in and was like, if you don't take the epidural, your blood pressure, if it spikes again like this, you will either go under or you will have a C-section. And I was being very hard-headed. Like I can't, I if I get an epidural, then I'm weak.
Mm.
Again, I thank God I have Christian because he's like, "Okay, I want you and the baby's healthy. Like, can we just reframe this?" And I got it. And I was beating myself again up about it. But I think it's like 10 months later now, I'm like, best gift ever because I was able to have them
Yeah.
vaginally and like a gift.
Yeah.
They are both here. I'm
Yeah.
here. And and if somebody comes up to you and asks you, "What kind of birth did you have?" and they're judging you, that's not your fault.
That's
Let
crazy.
them think what they want. Like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of insane, like
We've got
and
to
this
give
is
grace.
the root, the genuine root that if I had the time of the day that I could get into with everybody is this comparison starts so young.
Yeah.
And that is really where the root of a lot of my pain that I've caused myself is listening to the world. And that stems really from everything that we've kind of discussed so far. It's like
Yeah.
this game that we play and not letting God's voice and peace surround me, letting others surround me first.
Yeah. No, he's got to be the one and only voice that you're listening to.
Yeah.
And I think that you've been such a great example. What's really cool is that you have taken something that you have so much on the outside that people can judge, and they
Yeah.
do judge you on, and you've created something in your own way with your jewelry and your
Yeah.
shop and the things that you do, and you create something that is on the outside that's beautiful. I don't know if you've put that together, but
No, I haven't.
but
I
you
love
have
it.
this. I do, and I love your work. I love I just think that you're such a beautiful creative, and I think that your work is just
Thank
going to
you.
get more and more seen. I haven't told you this personally, so why not tell you this publicly? But
I love it.
my daughter, who's 15, she's not actually 90. She's 15, and I gifted her one of your beautiful
Yeah.
necklaces,
So
and
sweet.
all of her friends want one. So
Success. I've made it. The
you've
15-year-olds
made
want
it.
me. I love
I
it.
mean, when the 15-year-olds say that you're cool, man, I mean, I don't know what else you're going for. You're done.
I can retire. Thank you. Have a good night.
So I want people to be able to find your store, like it definitely like your work. So where can people find your stuff?
Yeah. So I'm on Etsy right now because I'm just so small and I'm figuring things out. So it's Ite Ad Joseph, would just go to Joseph. He's the patron of our family. And he's the reason I think all of this has sorted itself out. The man said nothing. Okay. And
Yeah.
he's changed my whole life. Um, so yeah, it's Itead Joseph. And then if you go to my Instagram for it's just Francesca Jansen _ in my link. Or in my link, yes, in my link and in my bio. I'm, as you can tell, I don't do this too often. You can go to my Etsy store there, and yeah,
Yeah.
I try to
And
release
find your
things
stuff. They're
every few
beautiful.
weeks. Hey, they're handmade. I do it after the babies go to bed. It's like a
You're
10 p.m.
supporting a
activity.
woman, you're supporting a twin mom, and you're getting something beautiful. Like,
Thank you.
Fran, you have just such a beautiful spirit. I can't tell you how much I just love, enjoy you in my life and enjoy talking to you. And I'm so glad to introduce
Thank you.
you as one of my dear friends to the rest of the world, because I just think the world of you. And I want to ask, what is
Yeah.
something that we can all be praying for you? How can we support you as a community, as a village? Where do you
I
need
love it.
prayer, friend?
Yeah, I just prayer in general for our family, like for what's next. Christian's coming up on his end of year with the law school, and then he has the bar. So it's just a lot of unknowns for our future right now. So just the future of the Jansen family would be fantastic and very much appreciated.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I adore you.
Liv, how can I pray for you?
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Geez. You know what? Praying for my family would be great as well. We've got some big things coming up,
Beautiful.
and yeah, so discernment and guidance would be
Love it.
fabulous. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
No,
I
yeah.
love you. I love
I
you. I
know. I'm
love you.
so
I can't
thankful. This is so fun.
you're the best, and I can't wait to be in Chicago and hug your neck again.
I'm ready. I was just saying, like, this fall for Siobhan's show, we're going.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
I
I'll
can't
be
wait.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Siobhan in Chicago and us. Let's
Oh,
go.
it'll be
All
a
of our
part.
friends.
We gotta invite Marilis.
Yeah. All the friends of the living room show. We're going to have like I
Yes.
should just bring a couch, like an inflatable couch everywhere I go, and we just all get together.
I would put that in my Jeep. I would do it. If you said it, we could do a live recording just
I'm
outside.
there. We should. Maybe we'll do one in Chicago. That's a good
I'm down.
idea.
I
We'll let
love
them
it.
know. All right, friend. I love you to pieces. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
doing this. And
I
thank
love
you
you
for the
too.
babies. I love that we got to hear them. Don't
Yes.
ever put them under a bushel basket. They are your light.
No, thank you so much, Liv. This has been an honor and it's been so fun to talk with you.
Bye, friend.